A small wooden shop in Kyoto, 12 seats, no menu board outside, no Instagram page. The man inside has been making the same buckwheat noodles for 31 years. An investor once offered him money to open a second location. He smiled and said no. And when you watch his face while he works, there is something there that most people spend their entire lives chasing and never find. He's not stressed. He is not hungry for more. He already knows exactly how much is enough. That word, enough, sounds almost like failure in English, like settling, like giving up. But in Japan, enough is not a ceiling, it is a destination. And there is an ancient philosophy built around it that explains why Japan has some of the lowest personal debt rates in the developed world, while most Western households are quietly drowning. The concept is called Hara, Hachi, Bu. The kanji breaks down like this. Hara means belly, Hachi means 8, Bu means parts out of 10. Fill yourself to 80%. Stop before you are full. It comes from Confucian teachings, practiced in Okinawa for centuries. But here's what almost nobody talks about. This was never only about food. It was always a philosophy of restraint across every area of life. Spend to 80% of what you can spend. Take 80% of what is offered. That remaining 20% is not emptiness. That is your peace. That is the space where anxiety cannot survive. Western culture was built on the exact opposite idea. Every advertisement you have ever seen runs on one single psychological trigger: the feeling that what you have right now is not enough. Not enough space, buy a bigger house. Not enough status, lease a car you cannot afford. Not enough excitement, book a vacation on credit. It is not accidental, it is engineered. And it has worked perfectly. American household debt recently crossed $17 trillion. The average person carries credit card debt they will spend years paying off. And the worst part, research from Northwestern University, published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, found that people who consistently spent beyond their means showed significantly higher anxiety, lower relationship satisfaction, and a weakened sense of who they even are as a person. Not just broke, lost. Because when you have no philosophy of enough, you are running a race with no finish line, and your nervous system feels that every single day. There is a second Japanese word that sits quietly beside Hara Hachi Bu: Chisoku. Chi-so-ku. Chi means to know, soku means fullness. Together, knowing when you have enough. Not calculating it, feeling it. The way you feel genuinely warm or genuinely rested. In Japan, the person who knows their enough is deeply respected. The person who always wants more is quietly pitied, and debt, borrowing beyond your 80% into someone else's 20, carries a real social weight there. Not the shame that destroys people, the shame that protects them before they make the mistake. A study from Keio University in Tokyo, published in the Journal of Economic Psychology, compared spending behavior across Japanese and American young adults. Japanese participants stopped spending earlier, not because they had less money, but because they had a stronger internal sense of when enough was enough. Americans kept spending until something external stopped them: a declined card, a partner's objection, a bounced payment. The stop was always from outside. For the Japanese participants, the stop came from inside. That one difference quietly explains everything. So here is what you can do with this starting today. Find your enough number. Not your income, not your savings goal, the monthly life that would make you feel genuinely free. Not rich, not impressive, just free. Write it down. Most people have never done this because they've been too busy chasing a number that keeps moving. Hara Hachi says, draw the line yourself before life forces you to. Second, before any purchase that is not essential, pause for one breath and ask one question. Am I at 80% already? Not, can I afford this? Not, do I deserve this? Am I already enough without this? That small pause creates a gap between impulse and action, and your financial life is built entirely inside that gap. Third, once a month, look at what you already have and practice Chisoku out loud. Look at your home, your food, your relationships, and say the words, even if they feel strange the first time. This is enough. Research from UC Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center found that people who regularly named what was already sufficient in their lives showed measurably lower impulsive spending over 6 months. The feeling of enough, practiced consistently, becomes a financial reflex. The man in Kyoto still makes 12 bowls a day, still says no to expansion, still goes home at the same time every evening. By Western standards, he left a fortune on the table. But he is not in debt, he is not anxious, he is not performing a life for anyone else. He found his 80% decades ago, and he has lived inside it, completely, quietly, without a single apology. That is not failure, that is the whole point. If this video shifted something in the way you see money and enough, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more on how the world's wisest cultures quietly build lives of freedom without chasing more, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See you in the next one.